Hello, wow. Two words. Two words. Can't say two. It's been too long. Hi. Welcome back. We're Elder Brain. We do speaking good. We're back after
Words.
a substantial hiatus that was more or less unplanned, but we're finally back to do more Legacy of the Lost Empire, our Pathfinder 2E live stream. Alas, we are still running a little light. We have no Jack with us tonight, but we do have Craig and Mike and Devin, and as always, I, Ian, am your humble game master. We have a couple of announcements this week. Wonder of wonders. So, first of all, April is Autism Awareness Month, and tomorrow is World Autism Day, something that's close to a number of us on stream, and we felt it was worthy of mention, so be aware. There is autism.
Yes.
Second,
we are autism.
Yes, be aware of autism. It exists. People have it. It is a spectrum. All right. Second, a minor content warning for tonight's episode. We might be getting into some creepy body horror, dream imagery type stuff a little later. You will know when the time arrives. If that's not your bag, just wait for us to finish that part and then tag back in. And when we do the VOD, we can timestamp that as well. But yeah, it's not like completely over the line, but it's just further along than we've done before. So I thought it was worth warning. And now the recap. Last time, a million years ago, you were in the cellar of the ruins that you had been exploring. Our heroes dove into battle with the lizardfolk mage Vloriak, who had undergone a hideous transformation into a hideous creature. He taunted them telepathically about the return of Haggard and the chaos that would follow, and proceeded to smack the party around while snacking on your metal items.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
When he was finally defeated, the party examined the apparatus he had used and determined it was some kind of telepathic training device meant to inject magic into spiders, which did not make a lot of sense. Nor did the jury rigging that Vloriak had done help you figure this out at all. But you did manage to pull it apart and got out one of those lovely arcane batteries you've been looking for, mostly depleted, and scooped up all of his notes to take back to Nikolai. You had just loaded up aboard the Cublet on your return trip to Tete Day to go check in with Nikolai and give him all the loot you found, when you stumbled upon a hunting party of lizard folk, which reminded each of you of a time from your past when you had also found something unexpected. So we're going to go around the horn, and you will introduce yourself, your character, and the time from your past that you found something unexpected. And since he's on my screen first, Craig, you're up.
I am Craig. I'm playing Ide, the Elven Ranger. And Ide's recent last few years of life have been full of unexpected things. Most notably for him was actually finding Boss, as he had set out on his own from home in the wilderness, and found a lone wolf pup underneath the boughs of a tree in pretty rough condition, and he's not sure whether Boss rescued him or he rescued Boss, but that was not expecting to find a companion of any kind as he headed out kind of solo, but came to be an unexpected blessing for him, a moment that he cherishes and is reminded of often.
Indeed. A lovely surprise. All right, let's move on to Mike.
Yeah.
What you got?
I am playing Comrec, I should know more about my own character.
Dwarf.
Yes, I couldn't remember if I needed to. I'm a rock dwarf. That's what it is. I was like, what is the type of dwarf that I am? We're a rock dwarf cleric of the Temple of Morven, the father of all the gods. And the thing that Comrec is reminded of in this moment is surprise. In this surprises him that this is the thing that he's reminded of. When he was a young teenager, going through some things in his house, rummaging through an old pantry drawer. He remembers finding pamphlets to other temples, to other gods, and thinking, why on earth would we have these in our house? and then remembering that his father is the priest of the Morven Temple, and these are probably just gifts from people trying to convert him. But the shocking find in a house that is all about Morven, to see Seng and some of the other gods mentioned in pamphlet form.
Yes. Interesting. Not quite finding your father's stash of special magazines, but still, that was something. If your father's a priest, then this is probably more in line anyways. That's all right. And Devin.
Hello, I am Devin, and I am playing Sir Sal the Pal, Salueni, the ASMR champion. As we've established over previous conversations, Sir Sal is very new to the whole adventuring thing. He spent most of his time in various excursions that the temple would send him on. A lot of these were to recover relics for the temple itself, things that either had been were rumored to exist, had been stolen and were carried off somewhere, or would perhaps have been buried and lost in some battlefield. So a lot of the times he would go out with a team, and they would travel the land in search of things. And it was one such occasion very recently, before he became an adventurer, where he went out with the usual group of knights and clerics and all of that, and they had gone through the ruins, they had fought through those that were guarding it, and they found the relic, but the relic was very different than what he was expecting. It was supposed to have been a great and powerful sword that was held and supposed to obtain great power of Seng. And it definitely did seem to be something of the kind, but it appeared to have some sort of darkness to it. And it had turned out that this was the blade of a fallen deva. But incidentally, what made this especially unexpected for Salueni was when they had kind of discussed what they were going to do, they realized they couldn't leave it here. It was too powerful to be left in anyone else's hands, and perhaps something could be done. And so finally, he was the one who bravely strode forth and grasped it, believing that his own oath and his devotion to the order would protect him from the momentary exposure to this corrupted artifact. And in doing so, it was revealed that upon holding the blade, it actually had the reverse effect, where it was beginning to purify itself. And no one really knew why until it was explained later, or discovered later, that it was because he himself was an ancestor or derived from Deva lineages. And so his blood was able to somewhat hold back the corruption, and he was the only one who could have been able to grab the blade, something that the higher ups definitely knew going in, but something that he did not know until was exposed to that.
Interesting, kind of a little let's just make sure kind of thing for the higher ups,
and
sure.
And that was kind of what started him on his journey to explore. Was he started kind of realizing that perhaps he is meant for loftier
a greater destiny.
Yes.
Sir Sal being a diva explains a whole lot.
Yes, both spellings.
He's only part diva.
And Jack was kind enough to finish his homework as well. The first time that Jack plays Slippery Phil, the Gripply swashbuckler, who we'll be collectively running tonight. First time Slippery Phil crewed on a ship, he discovered the crew's hardtack rations had become infested with bugs. Of course, as a Gripply, Phil only saw this as a value add, while his human and orc shipmates were less than thrilled with this discovery. So that was his unpleasant discovery, or his surprise that was pleasant for him and unpleasant for his mates, was the rations full of bugs. Slippery Phil. All right.
Gotta be related to Flick, right?
I think they are at least kindred spirits.
Slippery Flick
is
reincarnation in a different they're
Oh, I was going to
different
suggest
multiverse,
alternate realities, like, alternate
Mm.
universes.
different timelines.
Flickery
yeah.
Phil. All right. So, yes, as you may or may not recall, you guys had just landed on this little sandbar. Your goal was to do a little bit of scouting.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was unoccupied, totally free of
Yes,
threats.
completely 3-hour tour. There's nothing going to go wrong. Wow, I just realized that is a really dated reference that the youngins today might not even get, and that pains me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah, you're old.
I am. Sherwood Schwartz was a genius. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, yes, you guys are set ground on this uncharted desert isle, and you found that there are in fact some lizard folk hunting party who sort of spied you coming in, and they're ready for you. And we're basically at that point of the night.
This is where we get to enjoy being much more powerful than the last time we've been fighting lizard folk and just mow through them, right?
Just
That's
stomp. That is the
Yeah.
hope.
Level
this
4.
is where we get to just be awesome.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see how this goes. We're going to roll initiative right off the bat. Is anyone doing anything fancy, or is it all perception?
So I was going to question about that because they already see us.
You could
Right.
still attempt stealth, like as you're disembarking to try and get to cover, kind of thing, if you wanted to go that route, or if you were more leaning into we were here to do some scouting and you want to use survival, that I could also be amenable to that.
I'm thinking immediately upon realizing that they've been seen, I would try to get to some of this brush and cover
Yes.
to at least, to try to lose the trailer or kind of become less visible if possible. So I would probably go for stealth if I can.
Absolutely. They are all rolling perception because that's doing.
Ooh,
What do you
wow,
think?
an 18.
18s.
Well, look at me go.
I don't. What is my perception currently? If I was to do that instead. Oh,
well,
my
it's
perception's
actually
way
this-
better, but I don't care.
My perception and my stealth are exactly the same.
Perception is definitely way better, but
10,
that's
so-
not what I had in my brain.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Those lizard folk are very far away from us. I think Comrec, being the slow dwarf, is going to try to like jump off the boat running because he's got a lot of ground to cover. So may I roll athletics or acrobatics?
Absolutely. I love it. Do it, do it.
Dwarves are very deadly at short distances.
Acrobatics or athletics?
I would go athletics. If you're trying to get a running start at these guys, let's do athletics.
That's my worst, but I don't care. I like it. What did I roll?
What are we
I
thinking
rolled
for
crap.
fail?
Well,
Probably fell off the boat.
no, it's not so much that you fell off the boat, it's that you didn't anticipate exactly how soft the sand was when you hit, so you didn't get a lot of traction, and you basically sunk in rather than getting a running start.
You land and you just sand flies up as you're just digging a ditch in the sand. As you try
Believe
to
me, though,
move.
once I get going, once I get traction, it's going to be that.
Oh yeah. It's total
building
Tasmanian
up
devil
momentum.
going on here. It's fine.
I was going to suggest Max from The Grinch falls into the snow and then
Yeah.
slowly starts chugging out.
What do we think for fail? Just straight perception, or
I think straight perception is fine.
I can roll from here.
Don't need to get fancy. And he's going first. Look at
I
that.
think
Hey.
that's more than fine. Yeah. There we
Hey.
go.
All right.
Pretty fantastic for
So
Phil.
let's do some measuring. The closest enemy is 65 feet away from Slippery Phil. And his grapnel has a reach of 10.
10. So he's probably not going to be able to get in range to do much this first round. He can, he has his cape, whatever, his dueling cape that he can put up
for an AC boost.
for an AC boost. So unless you guys have a better idea, kind of get himself
I
maybe with
think-
some cover.
As I say, I think we're gonna probably want him to take cover. It's probably gonna be at least a round before we actually engage.
Yeah, so get him. He'll kind of take cover and put his cape up and kind of get ready
Yeah,
to
I think
be
we
in a
play
position
defense.
to
Yeah.
flourish.
Yeah, I think that makes
Like,
the most
if
sense.
you want to like put him between these boats and put his cape up or something, or
Maybe behind the first one.
so one move to there and then
Can you prepare an action to aid somebody?
well, aid is a
Is
reaction.
Oh, it's react. Yeah, okay.
So you spend an action to basically give yourself a new reaction.
Yeah. Or maybe so if he comes here with one action, uses an action to put up his dueling cape, and then readies just a rapier if one of these guys comes within
Readying an attack is 2 actions though. That's the
so maybe that instead of the cape.
Do we
So-
think he's going to be able to get in range within the round? Because if so, then yeah, I would say so.
That's what I'm thinking. So if he comes behind the boats here
what is
and
his
then
oh his speed is
and-
30.
and then readies an
Get there,
attack
Yeah,
if
he's
one of
he's
these guys gets
fast.
close, and then as soon as they
That's
come by the
one.
boat, he can combat grapple them.
All right, so
grapple
you're
them.
gonna
That I think that's what makes sense to me. But
Yeah.
okay. So I will give him this to remind us that he is readying, because I don't think I've
Yeah.
got it readying.
so then as soon as somebody comes within range, it's 15 for his combat grapple.
10.
10. So yeah, so if somebody gets within 10 feet, he can lash out at them. I think
Perfect. All right.
that'll work.
All right, then I is next.
All right, so they've seen us. They're probably not prepared to be
Right. So since your stealth initiative was better than all of theirs, you are in a stealthy mode of some sort. I'm gonna quickly
Yeah, I am.
look up how stealth works again, because I always have to look up how stealth works.
Does it give like a
Uh,
circumstance bonus or?
So if it's because you are so you're one better than observed. You are undetected. Oh no, you're not quite hidden.
I somehow just made them not think about me. Their attention was otherwise, perhaps.
So anything in plain view is observed, but since you beat them, I think you have the opportunity to use stealth now. So you could do a hide action is the end of it.
Okay.
Because you beat them with your stealth initiative, you can move and hide and not be noticed.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Then my first temptation was just to start shooting right away, but if I can get into position like in the bushes to kind of
Mhm.
draw them in, and as they get closer, then I can start peppering them.
So yeah, any of those any of the stuff with foliage is going to be difficult terrain, but it'll also provide you with some concealment. So
Which I ignore.
Hmm.
Was there something about that I had? Was it my nimble elf? I don't remember what it is. There's something about terrain. Maybe I'm thinking about something else, but what was that? Okay. Well, what I'll do. So yeah, I'll tell you my plan. I'm gonna mark this first guy as my favored foe, or as my prey.
Okay.
So that's just, it doesn't actually require an
Hold on.
action. That's my action. I'm just like, you're my prey. And then I will move. Um, where do I want to go? If I were to like get kind of even just into those bushes there, my speed is 35. So even with difficult terrain,
Yeah, you started here, right?
yeah,
So
it was just like
1,
Comrade.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We get you there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and then I'll hide.
Okay. Then
So I stealth check.
yeah, roll a stealth check. And I will mark you as hided.
I forgot when I pop it out, it doesn't like to actually roll for whatever reason.
That is pretty good. All right. So that is the DC I need to hit if I'm doing seek actions to find you, but they don't even know you're here yet. So
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
I've got a marked target, and I've just disappeared into the bush to ambush them.
all righty. Next up is one of the lizard folk. What does he got? He's got a blowgun, and he can swim. I could be goofy and put my guys in the water. That would be fun, wouldn't it? All right, let's see what we got. 20.
It's okay. There's always a bigger fish.
All right, there's 2 moves to get to there. And what is the range on the gun? It's trash, isn't it? 20 feet. I mean, all right, he's got cover for sure. So I will target Slippery Phil, and I will give him a cover bonus to his AC, but I will attempt a blowgun attack. So this is a strike. I will give myself basically a -2 circumstance bonus of cover. And I roll. And I still hit because I rolled really well.
All of your rolls are private.
Oh.
I don't know if they're supposed to be, though. Maybe they're supposed to be.
I was testing something earlier.
Ah.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Oh.
So I would have critted if he didn't have the cover. So that's good.
Good cover, Slippery Phil.
Yeah, I'm gonna murder him when he's not even here. I feel so bad. All right, so the blowgun doesn't do a lot of damage, but now Slippery Phil needs to make a fort save if someone wants to roll that for him.
Or just straight roll.
Yep, straight up fortitude. Oh, nailed it.
Wow.
Well, that's a 27. That's
27 is a critical success.
Very good. Very good.
You're welcome, Jack.
Slippery Phil. I think his natural mucuses absorb the poison and just repel it immediately. And yes,
I had some of this for breakfast.
natural mucuses, everyone. That's the kind of entertainment you get here with the Elder Brain.
In my hometown, this is flavor. This is just spice. It's not poison.
He is in flavor country now. All right, next up.
Sometimes we bathe in this. It's a bath bomb.
Move. He doesn't have a blowgun. He has a javelin. Javelin go farther than blowgun. You know what? I'm still going to do it. Because Sir Sal is not in any sort of cover situation.
I mean, I'm wearing full plate mail and I have a shield, so
Still going to throw sticks at you, though.
that's perfectly fine. He's welcome to do that.
Here we go.
And he crits.
Oh, it was not a big miss.
I just stand there as it just deflects off my pec, and I'm like, really? Just the stick.
He snarls.
Surely you must be joking. You
With that guy's way in the back, he's just going to have to move. Yeah, he does 3 moves. Closing fast. And it is Sir Sal's turn. You now have a couple of targets within striking range. Well, striking range for Slippery Phil. Maybe not for you. They're like
I am a
40
slow
feet,
boy.
35.
I'm slow boy.
slow tank.
How do I do this again?
I mean,
A shiny
I
tank.
can move 20. I mean, I can move 20 feet. Okay, so like, give me a break here. This is 20, right? Yeah,
that's 20.
that's 20.
That's 20.
That's 20.
Okay, that's. I mean, that's actually okay.
Ooh, another 20.
That's
there.
one. Yeah, that's kind of that's the better spot, isn't it? And then that gives me one more action. It's probably better that I get into the fray.
Although getting 2 there, you would provoke passing through that square, if that's okay. You will take
Through this square.
Yeah, or you can stop there if you want.
I'm wearing full play mail. I don't really care.
All right, he will.
I will let the armor do its job.
He will swing at you with his. He did just throw a javelin, so he's going to tail strike at you because he doesn't have a weapon out yet.
I mean, bludgeoning is a little.
Well,
Yeah,
only
exactly.
hits 10. So you know, I'm coming for you.
The armor does its job as I then come up, sand flying out, getting all in my armor, making me incredibly annoyed as the sand is coarse and rough and gets everywhere. And then shuffling down that anger deep inside and thinking, remember, you're doing this because it is the right thing to do. It is self-defense. These are misguided individuals, but nonetheless, if it wasn't for us, they would do this to some other ship. So let us make this go away. I shall bring the sword down with a great strike of a 21 to hit.
21 to hit is a hit, not a crit.
5 slashing damage.
All right. He is officially hurt. Oh, he's
And I
actually-
think that's all 3 actions.
Yes, it is. All right. We have more lizard folk. Scout. Let's see what trouble he can get up to. 25. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to be in
Yep.
trouble soon.
Hello. With the flanking.
Break
and-
yourselves upon my body.
That sounds great.
I would not.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
You
Well,
asked for it.
I did.
You
I did
literally
do
you
that.
literally
Equal
asked
piercing.
for it.
I mean, it's not a lot, but
Ow.
Definitely asked them to do that, and they obliged happily.
all right. That was 2 moves and a strike, and the last one. Are they all just going to gang up on you? No, I think this guy's going to. Oh, and then Comric. Comric's way back there. Hi, Comric.
Have fun storming the castle.
Oh, hang on. No, I don't want to do that. Let's try this again. Where I don't. Oh, I can't not. All right. All right. Does Sir Sal want to take his attack of opportunity as I swing by?
That uses the reaction, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Why not? Oh wait, Sir Sal. Sorry.
Yeah.
We're talking about Slippery Phil.
No.
Oh, yeah, this got
it's
sucking down a couple reactions.
Sir Slippery Sal.
15 feet. I'm
Paladin
okay.
Phil.
I'm
You're
all right.
okay?
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
So
Bring it
as
all
this
on.
guy tucks in to attack Slippery Phil, that triggers his ready to action. So you can take your grapnel strike.
Do it, Craig.
All right. I am Phil, and I'm targeting Monsieur.
Oh, we.
Why can't I roll? Oh, where's my attacks? There. And this counts as first attack, right?
Yes.
Hey,
21
You have hit.
do big damage.
or 7.
Their bars aren't showing, are they?
No,
I
Nope.
will fix that in a moment.
I didn't want to be the guy
Okay.
that pointed out 2 things in one episode already. So
Always for everyone. There we go. That guy's
that did some good damage.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Because there was a point where I had the hit point bar show on hover, and then I realized that sucked because then you had to hover over everyone to figure out who you wanted to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Changed it in the defaults, but not every one of the monsters got fixed.
It's okay, Mike. I forget to do it all the time too. So and you guys are happy to point it out. So
Okay. There we go. Now we can see everyone. So yes, this guy's been hit once. This guy's been hit once. Okay, but I'm now in position. I move twice and I can strike Slippery Phil once. I can. Oh, I'm not measuring it. That's why. I will strike you with my tail.
Attempt to.
Whack.
Ah,
Hold then, lizard folk creature.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Gaze into the sun. Be blinded by your own guilt. So, glimpse of redemption. He
Right.
may choose to either deal no damage,
Mm.
or Phil will gain resistance to the damage equal to 6, and then the enemy becomes enfeebled too. So I think I know what he's going to choose.
I'll just do no damage because
Yeah.
that's way better than being enfeebled and doing no damage.
yeah, yeah. It's like
All right. Very good.
What should I choose?
And finally, Comric is up.
Amrik is getting himself up out of the sand. Don't worry, guys. I'm still here.
Comrade,
all right,
come
so-
join us.
I could go there, and then I could go there. So I'm going to do 2 moves to get me there. Ka-chow. I'm going from this space, by the way.
Ka-chow.
yeah.
And then I will attack the one that I am now in flanking with.
Perfect.
This guy here. Oh,
Yes,
that
that-
one.
Renders him off guard in the new terminology.
And I
I'll
will
slowly.
bring up my storm hammer and bring it right down on top of his noggin.
Nice.
Storm hammer strike. And I will miss.
Oh! And that did include the flanking.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm assuming so.
yeah.
I had it selected.
Yeah.
He watched the whole time as you're like just slowly running up to him.
it's kind of fun on the DM screen. I'm just gonna paste this into Discord just so you can see that I get to see extra goodies. Like, so you see the number in red is the updated armor class, and it shows me how much you missed by, and yeah, there's also it's so close, and yet
I missed by 1.
You did miss by 1.
Well, that's 2 moves and an action, so
That is unfortunate. But that brings us back to the top of the order, which is Slippery Phil. You've got dude up in your grill, Phil. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I smell a tumble through.
I was just going to say he should tumble through.
Yeah, probably How do I roll for that? What do I do?
Acrobatics.
I believe it's acrobatics against my reflex DC.
So I'll have him. It's a 21.
You have beaten all of my DC, so you can basically, as tumble through allows you to stride up to your speed, and then just.
So yeah, I'm assuming he'll just kind of roll past this guy on the other side of him.
Tumble through says, move through the enemy space, treating the square as difficult terrain. You succeeded. That's it. Yeah, that was it. Reflex DC. So now that also gives you panache, which means you can use your finisher, which is the important thing.
Right.
So basically on his attacks, you can just select the finisher. And it should bake in the extra 2d6 damage. Then the thing with the finisher is if you miss, it will still do 2 damage.
Okay.
So it's.
All right. Well, I'm gonna roll the attack here. Oh, that's a
baby.
critical hit.
Ooh,
This guy is toast with the finisher.
he's dying.
Give me some critical damage. Okay, so that doesn't even have the finisher damage on it.
No, I don't know how to add. I didn't see how to add that.
Precise strike. So it will be an extra 2d6 times 2. Let's just roll that out then.
I didn't see on my attacks on there where to add.
Yeah, the checkbox is grayed out. I'm not sure why that is for finisher.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
We'll figure that out. But anyway, an extra, so just slash roll 2d6.
That's another 6 damage.
Awesome. All right, so he takes 12 and then 12. He's super dead.
So he just like rolls past that guy and just comes up, just like decapitates him, takes him right out.
Nice.
And you have 1 action left, and since you used a finisher, this action cannot be a strike.
He'll probably. Will he benefit from any cover or anything if he kind of gets into these bushes here?
Sure.
So
I'll give him some concealment, so people will have to roll flat checks to attack.
I think that's what makes sense. Is he'll kind of just roll that way towards
Yep.
cover, and then he's 10 feet away, or potentially 10 feet away for getting in on the action here as well. So
Oh yeah, nice.
Beautiful. All right, that is Slippery Phil. Ide is up. Ide is currently hidden. No one tried to even seek you.
Yeah. My target is dead though.
This is true. Now, if you're hidden, what does that do for you? Creature you're hidden from is flat-footed to you.
So does that reduce their AC when he attacks them?
Yes. Yeah. So an effective -2 AC for them.
Nice.
They're off guard for your attacks.
Can I is Phil gonna give me
I'm going to say the Slippery Phil is short enough that he's not providing soft cover on that guy.
Okay.
Because he's kind of skulking in the bushes as well. So between those two things, I will say that's a clear shot. The rest of them would have cover from at least one ally.
Yeah. All right. So I'll make this guy my new target there then. So I'll use an action to do that. And then I will. Oh, I'm just within 30 feet. Poop.
Oh, that's volley range. Longbow.
So that's a -2. Well, his flat-footed would be.
5 foot is -2 to his AC, so that would offset the flat-footed.
So this just offsets the Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I guess that's fine because I don't want to move because then that's my second action already, and I want to start doing some damage. So I'll just go ahead and shoot. Yeah.
Ugh.
Missed. Barely, but you did miss.
So it's going to be one of these eyed encounters. Yep. It is.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right. And you are no longer hidden. You still have concealment.
Yeah.
So they still need to roll flat checks, but they don't have to seek to find you anymore. They know that there's someone there shooting arrows at this point.
Yeah. All right. Well, now that I've marked him, I can move around a little bit next time. So I'm okay with
and
that.
that is that. Right. I'll take it
I
off.
doubt they're going to come. I doubt they're going to choose to come find me right now when they've got easier targets. I hate to say it that way, but
It's true. Yeah, you're not
like,
wrong.
do I go and try and find that guy in the bushes?
Yeah.
That I can't really see.
Or do I murder the
Or
guy
the
on plate
three,
mail?
or
that's
the three that are
insulting
right
us?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, this is a bit of a sticky wicket because I could tuck in for flanking on Comric, but that gets me flanked by Slippery Phil.
Ah.
Hmm. So instead, I'm going to take a step. Shma. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? I could be a dirty little son of a gun. I'll step here. I'll take my attack on Comric with flanking.
Oh, and then you'll step
And
again.
then I'll just get the hell out of Dodge because, So here we go.
Of
Oh, I
course.
super missed. With
He
that
got distracted
natural one.
by the Gripply behind him.
Yeah. Well, at this point, I think I'm just going to have to do it again to redeem myself. So I'll stay in flanking and roll another natural one.
Hey. You
I
hate,
have learned my lesson,
you hate to
apparently.
see it.
Oh, we love to see that.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
he hasn't learned his lesson yet, but he will.
All right. Lizardfolk Defender. That is the one that is flanked by Comric and Sir Sal. That seems suboptimal. He is going to take a swing at Sir Sal. Oh, actually, he's going to use an action to bust out his flail. And then he's going to try and beat your
flail?
head in. Yes. He's going to
I
beat your
have,
head in
full
with.
plate mail.
It appears to be the skull of some sea creature that's been filled with rocks and attached to a chain.
I love it.
And
Best part about that is the chain is the most valuable part of the weapon.
oh,
It's
absolutely. Is 27 going to hit you?
I mean, my
All right. There's 8 damage for you.
Oh, another 8.
Ow!
You're taking a good thumping right now. We got to clear
Yep.
these guys.
it's okay.
And
All right.
then he's going to step Shma to get out of flanking.
What a
That is his
jerk.
turn. Because he's a jerk.
Yep.
And then, which one is that? Oh, that guy up there. Wait, what? So who's that? Oh, I moved the wrong guy. That's okay. This guy will go now. This little scouty scout down here. Oh. Huh. All right, he's going to tempt the ire of Sir Sal. He's
Hmm.
going to move to here, which leaving this square would provoke. Are you going to use your
No, I
reaction
haven't-
or are you going to sit on it?
I was gonna say I haven't had a turn since I've used my
Oh, since you used
thing,
your
so, yeah.
things, you don't have a
'Cause
reaction.
I'm
Beautiful.
up next, so I haven't actually done that yet.
Oh, well, in that case, with impunity, I slide into flanking and then I will bite. Ooh,
Come on.
There's-
The only person hitting right now is the lizards.
and
And
then
Phil.
I will
I'm all right.
swing
I
at
forget
you
Phil
with my
demolished the
tail
guy.
and miss.
Oh, Phil, that's true. Yeah.
All right. And now it is Sir Sal.
Righto. Sally forth. Blades into scales and all that.
So
You-
you want me fourth?
Do you have the ability called
Sal, you have any
Whirlwind?
follow-
Can you just spin in a circle and whap them all?
No, unfortunately, that is not in my repertoire.
You're not a barbarian?
Yet.
Okay.
No. Let's see. Whose day do we want to mess up? Is this the guy with the flail?
That is the guy with the flail, yes.
All right, let's mess him up.
Send them flailing.
Swing. 21.
21 is a hit, not a crit.
Blackjack. 12
Hey.
slashing damage.
That's good damage.
That leaves a mark.
Ooh, there you go.
Now then.
Bar go from big to small. Very green
Do
to very
I
red
want-
bar.
To heal myself.
Well, you're so blasé about the damage just a moment ago. I don't. Get it.
I mean, I'm okay. It's just more of the principle of the thing. Would you consider this to be a bright, sunny day?
Absolutely.
Gonna be a bright.
Bright, sunshiny day. I'm going to attempt something here, GM.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to
Loving
do
it
a
already.
thing, and it is going to be a hell of a thing. And assuming it works, I'm going to attempt to do this in a way to frighten these ill-tempered lizard folk and perhaps demoralize them in such a way that they realize they might be up against more than they originally thought.
Mm-hmm.
As my blade pierces through the scales of this one individual, I shall then lift it high into the sky as a beam of sunlight just kind of comes down and glitters along my armor, lighting the blade up with white golden fire as I then swing the blade in an arc directly towards the lizard folk. And we'll see what happens. I'm
I
supposed
think
to
for that you have to roll up. Okay,
I have to make a spell attack roll here.
that's the roll.
Can't help but picture Captain America wielding Mjolnir right now.
Yeah,
How does this work? I just do it's a +8. I see. Okay.
tightening the straps.
Weapon, blah, blah, blah.
26.
Oh, mama.
Wow.
On that same guy,
Yep.
that is a critical hit.
Wow.
Cool. He takes 4d4 damage.
Oh, he gonna die.
Where are we here? How do I just roll dice? I'm not sure if I can do that. Oh no,
So,
I got it. I think I got it.
The button on the spell should do the sunlight,
button?
bright natural sunlight.
Oh, okay. It won't count it as a crit though, right?
In chat, if you just hit that, right, it should do it. Yeah.
I
Just-
see.
And then click the roll damage.
Oh, okay. And then I can add additional what is it?
So click the roll damage and see what it gives you, and then. we
Oh,
should-
sorry. I'm in bright natural sunlight, so it's d6s instead. That's how it works. Is this an evil
Okay.
creature?
Is this an evil creature? Yeah.
Okay, then he's gonna be looking at 4d6.
He's gonna be twice dead.
We're dead.
2 times
This
dead.
is this good? Is good a damage type?
Yes, it was.
Did some good damage.
And some good damage.
Oh, how do I add? Oh, I see. Here it is. Got it. Okay.
If it's a
And
crit,
then I
it's
need
real good
Add an
damage.
additional one of those, and then an additional one of these, which is, I don't see that as an option. Sonic Spirit, Acid, Bleed, Bludgeoning, Cold, Electricity, Fire, Force, Mental, Piercing, Poison, Slashing, Sonic, Spirit, Untyped, Vitality, or Void.
If the target is unholy, does spirit damage? Does vitality if it's undead? Bright light, then increase the die size to d6s.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah, he's probably dead anyway.
It's Vitality.
You're
He takes
rolling
22
dead
damage.
versus super dead. Is basically what it comes down to.
As the white and golden fire illuminates the blade, allow me to illuminate your sins. Bring
And
the
he
sword
just-
down. and he
Yeah.
explodes into white golden cracks run along every single scale section between each scale, illuminating it from the inside before it just completely explodes into a rain of lizardine sheddings.
Oh, like Extremis from Iron Man 3.
Upon
Mm.
upon which I shall then glare over at the other two and sort of make like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, they look a little rattled. These two little scouts that are next to you. The other defender looks more ticked off.
Mm.
They don't know I can only do that once.
He looks like he's coming for you. The other two look like they're ready to flee.
Excellent. That takes 2 actions, so I'm
Yes,
I'm good.
so you're done. So the scout that is next to you, he is going to,
P.
yeah, there might be a little trickle running down his leg. You're not sure. He's going to take a step. He's going to pull out his blowgun, and he's going to shoot a dart at you because he wants you disabled. Because you are scary.
I am scary. Thank you for noticing.
I thought for sure he was going to shoot his buddy to try to show allegiance to us.
I, however, rolled 4, which makes a total of 12, which is a super miss.
He accidentally shoots his buddy.
All right. That one is dead.
It just completely
Rick.
bounces off the armor.
You are up. You've got a guy flanked.
Yep. And a lot of people have moved since my last turn, so Comric will turn around and attempt a thwack up on the chin of the defender that is in front of me.
Beautiful.
And we will select that guy, and then we will give him a good thwacking. Where's my hammer? There it is. Hit, dang it.
No, that's the opposite. That's really the opposite of a hit.
Did I just roll a 1? I rolled a 1.
You did. That's 1 on the die for a total of 10.
All right. As he's missing, realizing he's having a tough day, hammer's coming up. He's going to thrust his other arm forward, and he's going to cast guidance over to Ide, who is also having a tough go of things.
Beautiful.
Can I do I do this? Cast.
And then you should be able to drag the effect onto his token, and that should give him the thing.
I lack permission to create the item.
Okay, fine. Then I will do this.
Sorry, I tried. There we go. And then since I'm in flanking and I want to give Slippery Phil that good same thing, I will just try to come down with my hammer with a second attempt.
Strike.
Do I still have them selected? I believe I do. Selected. Strike. I think it's that one. Yep.
Oh,
another nat 1. That's like me.
We're on fire today. Especially that one lizard folk that I just roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. All right. Well,
all right.
There's my turn.
Slippery Phil has a flanking buddy. That helps. You do not have panache right now, so
he will attempt.
So you should have
panache.
a method that doesn't require. Let me just look real fast at his. He's a gymnast. So if you successfully grapple, shove, or trip a foe, you gain panache. So that would be use the grapple to grab the guy.
Okay.
And then a second strike would be the finisher, is the way that would go.
Okay, so if I make a grapnel attack to grab him, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
So you can grapple, shove, or trip him. All
right. So let's go with the grapple. That's a 16 to hit.
Nice.
Perfect. So yes, that hits.
So is that I'm grabbing him, not doing damage to him, though, or does that still do damage?
With the grapple, I think it still does damage and grabs him. That's kind of the.
Okay. So that's gonna be 6 damage.
All right. So he takes 6 damage, and he is now grabbed.
And I still can't click on the finisher for some reason on Phil's sheet, so I don't know what's going on there, but
I don't have that ability to click it either.
But I will make the secondary attack on him. And then we'll just, if it hits, we'll roll the
We'll roll the
finisher.
2d6.
He's gonna miss though.
So that still does 2 damage to him because you used the finisher.
Oh, right.
So not
Okay.
a ton, but it does something.
And then because he still has an action remaining, correct?
Correct. And you still have him grabbed.
So with him grabbed, can he use his dueling cape?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so he'll do that. He'll put up his
Okay.
cape
So that will
to
give you
gain
a
his.
circumstance bonus to AC,
Yes.
or item bonus, actually, it would be. All
Let's-
right.
Let's do that.
In that case, it is Ide's turn.
Awesome. All right, so I've got my guy targeted. Range, however.
Oh, yeah. He's now 20 feet. So definitely inside your volley.
So I have to get like there.
Is it a full action to change your target?
Yes.
Hmm.
So I will move to there. And then no, that's good.
And it's a
So I'll
clear
move
shot. No
there.
worries about anyone in the way. You are laughing.
And he is my hunt to prey. First hit is 20.
That is a hit.
Nice.
Not a
Murderize him.
crit. Still going to do a healthy chunk of damage.
So that is 1d8 piercing. And why didn't it? Oh, I forgot to add first. I forgot to add my.
Oh, yeah. Another D8 from the.
I forgot to add that to the. So another
Right.
2.
All right.
It's a hit.
And then follow up attack.
Another hit.
14 to
Barely.
hit. For
Squeaking
another 3 points of damage.
Nice.
All right. He's looking
So
pretty hurt.
put a couple of shots into him.
All right. That is Ide. Now is lizardfolk
That was
scout.
better.
That one. Oh, lordy. He does not want to be soloing Sir Sal. That is what it boils down to.
Why not? He didn't seem to have trouble with it before.
Well, with him and 2 of his buddies, he was a lot happier. So he's going to do the same thing. He's going to take a step back. He's going to pull out his blowgun and he's going to take a shot at Sir Sal. Because I really, really need to poison someone. That's what it comes down to. And I rolled another 2.
I'm saying not like that. You're not.
Yeah, he's too nervous. The blow. He almost sucks the dart into his mouth instead, and just spits it onto the ground. And like that's kind of his.
He blows it towards Sir Sal, and Sir Sal just goes and like blows it away.
All right, that guy's dead. That defender is in a rough spot. Who has messed him up more? Probably Slippery Phil. He's
Yeah.
going to step here.
I think equally Ide and Phil. But Ide is way over here.
I'd way over there. So I'm first going to roll a flat check since you are, in fact, concealed. Or you're not concealed, you're obscured, whatever. So I roll
Yes.
I succeeded on my flat check. I'm all good. And now I will strike with my flail. Blam. And been a lot of nat ones in this fight, I gotta say. Not enough
It's almost
nat
a cape.
20s.
It's all the
Oh, that's right. You got a circumstance bonus to your AC. I gotta remember that.
Yep.
I'm going to
remembering that right now. So.
flail again. No, I'm going to tail you this one. So I will give myself a -1 item bonus for the cape. And roll. And yeah, I only missed by 15 though. So
Only
Yeah.
just barely. Yeah, that's close. That's close. I mean.
That guy's having a rough day. All right, Sir Sal. They're starting to scatter around you a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed they've made it so I have to waste an action just to get to them.
Well, they wasted an action getting away, so
Almost like
I
they're
mean,
afeared of
fair.
you.
I guess
They're a little bit afeared.
when you put it that way.
make them feel
All right, I'm
They
gonna
don't want to become lizard kebab right now.
come down on this guy here.
yeah. But I'm that guy. No, please.
And he dared to attack me even after seeing the fear. So,
It's all true.
yep. Let's see how he likes this. Sorry, I mean, let's see how he likes this. There we go.
Hey.
He can help himself to a nice 6 slashing damage.
Well, he's unhappy with that.
Percent-wise, he has the same amount of health as you.
That's true.
More
Well,
than
yeah.
zero. More than zero damage.
Down by about a third, both of you. That was a move and 2 strikes. I guess you're
Yes,
done.
it was. You have been judged and found lacking.
Well, it's his turn, and you're up in his grill now, so he's just going to drop the blowgun, and he's just going to go full hog here.
It's okay, I'm wearing full plate mail.
I've heard.
Hey, are you wearing full plate mail?
And there it does its job.
Oh my goodness.
Then going to do a tail strike on the second one.
You're wearing full plate mail, right?
Yeah, I am wearing full plate mail. That's why he can't hit me.
Oh yeah, because of that full plate mail. Yeah,
Because of the full plate mail.
that's right.
Wait,
yeah.
I feel like I need a
because of the
censor
full plate
button.
mail, though?
I mean, that 20 would hit most things.
It sure would have.
But because of the full plate mail.
But because of the full plate mail.
I'm
That's
going to
right.
take a step back as my final action, and that
Yeah,
guy's
get away.
done.
He's got to get away from that full plate mail. That's
All right, Comric, who is not in full plate mail. What are you going to do?
Who is
Comric's
not?
wearing
No,
full plate
not
No,
at
he's
all in full
vulnerable.
plate mail.
You should get
mail.
full plate
Comric
mail.
should have full plate
So
mail.
there's so many icons on this guy. It's hard to see his health bar underneath them all, but he's super hurt.
Episode title.
What's that button that I'm seeing right here? It's all blue. It says stop streaming. That's so strange.
Interesting.
All right. Since the one that I was trying to attack has gone away, I'll try one of the squishier looking ones who is running away from Sir Sal. So I will
And
go 5
They
to
don't have full
there.
plate mail, so you should be good to hit them.
Stop
He's not
streaming.
wearing
All
full
right. All right. So I'm going to there. So I sidestepped and then came down. So that's yep. And then I will attempt another strike on this one. That
All
one right
right.
there.
I
Work,
see you
dang
got
it.
targeted.
Dang it!
Oh my god. That's another miss by 1.
Oh,
Man,
I cannot
You-
roll.
We're either rolling ones or you're missing by 1.
Yeah.
That seems to be the trend
Oh,
here.
goodness. All right. Well, then
One more action.
I will cast guidance again, but this time I will give it to Sir Sal. Hey, did I do that or did you do that?
I didn't.
Why was I able to do it to him, but not? I don't care. It worked. Also, Ide has lost his guidance
Probably because
he
of
did
that.
Oh
attack.
yeah,
just
I
kidding.
just done.
So I don't think it adds it automatically to your attack roll because it didn't.
it didn't for
I
me.
looked up,
no.
it didn't for you. So when you roll an attack, Devin, add a +1 circumstance bonus.
Cool.
That's
For
my
one
turn.
attack, though, right? Yeah.
I'm going
All
from
right.
lizard folk to lizard folk, just like swatting at him, and I'm missing. and throwing guidance at other people so that they can hit.
All right, Slippery Phil is up. Still has this guy grappled.
You're that guy on the construction site who's like there, but not actually like you're like holding the thing, and then like you're there, and like
So I suspect for Slippery Phil, this is a straight up tumble through and then whack.
yeah, that's roll past this guy.
Since you've already got him grabbed with the grapnel and all.
That is true. All right, so straight up acro here.
Ooh,
that's not that great this time.
Against my reflex DC, that is not a success.
Oh,
does he get any bonus for having him grappled already, or no?
Even with the flat-footed, that doesn't help.
Okay. Well, in that case, he'll just.
I mean, you could try it again. I think it takes the multi-attack penalty, but you could try it again if you wanted to.
Yeah. Okay. So the attack penalty goes to the.
I think so.
Athletics
Let me just double check if it has the attack trait. Then
I mean, he's looking pretty almost dead. Like him.
You might be.
Tumble through is a move, so it would not.
It wouldn't suffer a
Well,
penalty.
I might as well then, and then because then I still get in. Then I'll just make my attack anyways. So
yep.
Might as well try to go for the bonus on it. So
that's better. So yes.
That's much better.
Perfect.
Finish him.
All right.
And then roll your attack. Oh, good thing you had him grabbed.
Wow.
All right, so that gets the finisher bonus and everything.
And then it was 2d6 for the finisher?
2d6 for the finisher, yeah. Ooh, another 6.
6, wow.
Damage.
And he's super dead.
Yeah.
And I guess you can release your grab.
Yes, as he lets the body down.
Perfect. All right, Ide is up. Another one of your favorite targets is down.
Yep.
And there are 2 left standing.
There are. Let's see. Buddy down here is looking pretty hurt. I've got a clear shot at him.
Yes. Perfect range.
Yeah. So I'll use an action, make him my prey. And go like this and miss him.
Oh,
apparently.
man. Lots of 16s. So many 16s tonight. It's crazy.
Well, that is of poop. And we'll follow up. Nope. Can't quite get a hit on him. He's shaking too much from fear that I can't get a beat on him.
All right. Well, the guy next to Comric is up, and he is less scared of Comric than he is of Sir Sal. So he's going to try and.
It's because of the full. No, I won't say it.
He's going to start with a bite and miss by a lot. Then he's going to swing his tail at you and miss by less.
Don't anger the guy running stream. Is that?
And then.
Interesting words from people who were repeating a phrase.
That's why I didn't that time.
And then I will step away with my final action because everyone's afeard of him. All right. And we're up to Sir Sal's turn.
I shall stride forward boldly in my full plate mail.
See, he's allowed to say it.
That's what I'm wearing.
Oh.
I've heard. Rumor has it.
Yeah. Or so they say. This guy's trying to get away from me, and I'm not going to let him.
All right. And you've got your circumstance bonus from the guidance.
I'm looking at it right here. I unfortunately am going to have to walk again.
I know.
let's see what we can do here. So
We'll
plus
create our own
one,
acronym for it, FPM.
plus one circumstance. There we go. Making it an 18 to hit.
You have hit where the 16s miss.
And
the
that only
18
applies
hit.
the circumstances only to the attack roll, right?
Correct.
Okay. 7 slashing.
They're getting bigger.
And let's try that again, since I do get an additional +1. A 17
Nice.
17 hits.
for 8
Finish
damage.
Oh, he did.
Yes. All right. But that's going to be all I can do. So just,
Yep.
and I shall
Just
rotate the
pound him.
clanking of my
Intimidate him.
full plate mail ricocheting across the sands.
You're
Although
gonna
it's
spend-
actually, it's starting to become quite muffled because all the sand is getting all up inside my full plate mail. Which is okay because that sand is more protected than it would ever have been anywhere else.
All right,
And I'm going
Comric.
to slowly stalk my way towards the next one.
If the episode title is not full plate mail, it should at least be. It should at least be Full Metal Jacket.
Mm,
Oh,
Okay, we gotta get this guy to surrender.
I mean, I can do that.
we could do that.
Since you can't hit him.
It would not be the worst to have someone. Do we know if, like, because there's just lizard folk all over this place. Do we know if it's multiple tribes or if it's kind of one big
Well,
community?
we have somebody who speaks their language now.
I
So
was gonna say,
Yeah.
I don't think we bothered to stop and ask. So
this is
Yeah,
this is what I'm thinking.
yeah,
Is now
yeah,
that
that's
feel like
what-
we
yeah.
speak his language.
And as far as the Gripply community knows, they just know that they are always under
No,
assault.
I agree. I think having someone that we can use as an informant would be helpful.
all right. Well, seeing as this is the last one, and I've yet to actually hit him, I will attempt a hammer strike non-lethally.
All right, let's quickly consult the rules about non-lethal attacks. What does that mean? I wonder.
Yep. I don't know.
I mean, when you're wearing full plate mail, most attacks against you are non-lethal.
Non-lethal.
That button's
It's a
looking
trait.
so good. Stop
I think
streaming right there.
Mike's
It's right
considering
there.
something lethal against Devin right now.
So there are weapons that have the non-lethal trait. Can
It's
you
a
do
hammer. Certainly. Let's check my hammer.
I mean, you can punch him.
I could punch. Wow, that might be more effective than my hammer.
It's a
I mean,
D4
it's,
bludgeoning with a non-lethal.
my hammer is a +9. My unarmed strike is a +8. So yeah, I'm a drop my
Soft
hammer and I'm a punch the guy.
Nice.
Punch him in the snout.
Give him the
I'm
old
gonna-
1-2.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna roll is a 12. I'm gonna miss him. Let's see.
Actually roll a
Okay,
12
he's
now, that's gonna
targeted. Roll.
be crazy.
Hey.
Hey.
I've been trying to attack with a weapon this whole time. I should have been just punching folks. Oh,
All right, give me,
Yep.
give me that
Lesson learned.
sweet, sweet non-lethal damage.
Just don't punch somebody in full metal.
1d4 +2. 5.
Hey,
Seriously?
that's bigger than some of the sword strikes we've had
I
tonight. So
know. That's the most
All right,
damage
you-
I've done all night.
It's okay, that's a
pound the
good
guy
punch,
in the
man.
snout, and he recoils. He's like, but fight to the death look on his face. He's ready to claw your eyes out still, and you're just punching him. He's so confused. You still have one action left.
So I stepped.
Uh-huh.
Does dropping my hammer so that I can punch him count as one action?
If you want to stow it, then yes. If you want to just drop it, that's free.
No, I said I dropped it.
Okay, then that's a free action.
I'm gonna drop
an
it to punch. With my last action, I'm assuming Slippery Phil has told us that now he can speak the Gripply the lizard folk language, or that we're aware of that at least.
Yes. Yeah, we will assume that during your level up downtime, he's like,
After our last encounter, he's like, I know what they're
I
saying.
think I've pieced it together.
All right, well then, since Comric's done nothing else, he's at least going to steal the credit for the idea. Hey, Phil, let's take this one alive. Punch. That'll be my turn.
All right. In that case, we go to the top of the order, which is Slippery Phil.
All right. In that case, Phil, in whatever their language is,
It's called Iruxi.
Iruxi, which he can now speak.
Indeed.
He will. What's his? He's got 0 intimidate. Diplomacy is a 6. He will try to convince this individual, based on everything that's happening, that just like it's for your good if you surrender. We'll have a chat.
We'll have a chat.
All right. So you're gonna
I guess this is a
try to-
diplomacy check.
diplomacy. You're just gonna try and talk to him and say, "Listen, it's time to talk."
Yeah.
Okay, roll diplomacy. See how we do here.
That's an 18.
18 is not terrible. Let's
That's pretty
see.
good.
Not bad. What is this going against his will?
Well, let's see. What kinds of things can we do with diplomacy? Make an impression. No.
I'm thinking like speaking the language is giving him a bit of a leg here. That
All right. If it is hostile against my will DC. Okay. Very good. My will DC is probably not great. Yes. So an 18, you have succeeded. And he sort of goes kind of hands up and says, "You are prey. The smoothskins kill us all. Why you let me leave?" So he's referring to Phil as prey, the rest of you as smoothskins.
Well, it is rather smooth, although he might be confused for the polish job on my full plate mail.
so now that he's put his hands up.
He is at least ceasing hostilities for now.
So can with that, can Comric get in another like knock him out? Because we didn't say anything about letting him leave. So Phil's about to tell him like, we didn't say anything about letting you leave, at least not yet, but you will live for now.
It just got lost in translation. Leave, live, you know.
I'll let you leave.
I didn't say whether it would be alive or not. But
One could say that
I guess
death is a form of
Phil
leaving.
will respond saying like, I'm not going to try the French. I'm just going to look around at the rest of your party. We're giving you a chance. It's more than you might deserve. Put your weapons down. We'll have a chat.
Okay, one more diplomacy check, and we'll see how that goes.
Where am I? Diplomacy. Even better.
Hey.
All right,
Even
the
better. 21.
the blowgun gets stowed, and he basically sits down on the sand, crisscross applesauce, like, just talk.
I think Ide's probably going to have a bow drawn, like arrow just kind of.
Oh yeah, we're
ready.
gonna be keeping an eye on this guy. We're not just gonna be like, oh, he's surrendered, and then sheathe
Yeah,
everything.
so basically we like surround him, Phil will kind of approach
Mm-hmm.
to chat. Maybe have like Comric and Sir Sal flanking him on either side,
Sure, yeah.
kind of in behind, so that he feels the full weight of, you don't have any wiggle room here.
Yes.
We are fully in control of this situation. End of story. So at this point, what do we want to ask him?
I'll clatter my full plate mail menacingly.
Like gonna be dreaming about that. No, not full plate mail.
Half plate mail. Half plate mail. Maybe we want to ask him about. Well, because we need to learn more about these lizard folk, right? So why don't we just ask them? Ask
His
him
name, first of all.
Yeah, sure. You could ask. Yeah,
name.
get him a little bit more
Do
personal.
you have a name, or do we just call you Scales?
Shades of Flick again. Here we go. My name is Blue Coral.
Blue Coral.
How do you come to speak as we do?
We've been studying you lately. We've had more than our share of encounters with your kind. Lots of opportunity to listen, observe. I mean, it's kind of a basic language, to be honest. Definitely, the Gripply and Phil, he's definitely, talking down a bit. Like, it's not like your language is hard. You have like 20 words. No, I can say that.
What would you have me do? I am now your prey.
What do we want to know from Blue Coral?
I think first of all, we'd like to know, is there like organization among the lizard folk, or are they all independent?
That's a good question. Are you all one tribe? Do you all work together in the area?
Once we were
leader?
many, we now gather under one.
That's good.
The Oracle.
That's not great.
The Oracle. And where is this Oracle?
They say the Oracle is west. I have not seen it, but it predicts great things coming. The return.
The Oracle is not lizard folk?
The Oracle
now.
is ascended, greater than lizard folk, they say.
Interesting.
I mean, we're greater than lizard folk. How great could lizard folk possibly be? They haven't even figured out that they should be wearing full plate mail.
Oh my goodness.
Scoffs and spits on your full plate mail.
Good.
Yeah, spit shine, still shine.
Better clean off that full plate mail. All right. So we know they have a leader, the Oracle, supposedly to the west, possibly not lizard folk, something other than. What do you want with all the ruins?
The Oracle demands it. The Oracle seeks communion. So they say.
Communion with what?
Yeah.
I'm a hunter. I just tell you what I hear. The Oracle seeks communion. The Oracle wants the old things. I do not understand everything.
I'm assuming this is all like we're all telling Phil.
So
Yeah,
yes,
we're-
relay
yeah.
it through
Like,
Phil
yeah.
as you sort of chime in.
You don't sound all that loyal or fond of this oracle yourself.
The oracle speaks the prophecies. We follow the prophecies.
Did the oracle create the prophecies, or were the prophecies here before the oracle came?
The oracle speaks the prophecies. They were always here, and the oracle knows them and tells them.
Do all your people follow the oracle?
All the people here, all the people I know.
So we can't this is separately to the group. We can't count on some sort of inner rebellion or
At least
weakness there.
this
It
one
sounds
doesn't
like they're
know.
all on board. Yeah.
this one wouldn't know about a tribe that
Hmm.
might be against it.
If we showed you a map, could you show us where the ruins are? Any that you've seen? You know, you're just a hunter.
He doesn't seem to understand what map means.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Okay. So he's just, yeah. Just a hunter.
You
just
could show him your map and see
grunt.
if he understands it, but he doesn't.
Sure, yeah. Making
have
sure that
reason.
our map doesn't give away anything that we don't want the lizard folk to know. Well, I'm assuming we're going to kill this guy, but at least that's Ide.
Well, at the very
Ide
least,
has
we
no
can
quarrels about that, but
take him prisoner, take him back, because we're going back to.
that is true.
Would
We
not
haven't-
be.
We're going back there, right? We haven't gone.
Correct.
We're going back
we
to
haven't
the
gone back
ship
yet.
and then back to Tay. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be rather uncouth of us to mistreat a prisoner of war.
Yeah, we'll take him back. Is there anything else you think we can get from him?
I mean, if we do think of something, I'm sure we can. We will still have him around.
Yes,
Can
this
we-
is true.
Can we roll? Is there anything that we can kind of determine? Like he seems like he's pretty truthful, right? Like he's not trying to hide anything from us.
Yeah, if you want to roll perception,
Mm,
just to make sure that he's not he's being forthright with you.
Yeah, I'm thinking less that he's like intentionally pulling our leg. He doesn't seem that smart, to be honest. But is he holding back anything? You know.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Perception would
thinking.
be the one to roll. Is the
I got a 15.
on a 15. Oh,
Phil
so
gets a
Phil got
15.
Yep. Yeah, between the two of you, you're like you said, he doesn't seem very bright. He seems to be spilling his guts as much as he knows.
Okay.
Comrade kind of wants to see if this guy knows where any more of these battery things are, so he's gonna pull one
I
out
doubt he's gonna know them, but yeah.
and just hold it in front of him. Phil, ask him if he's seen any of these before.
And he reacts to it when he sees it. And it's something similar that you've seen the Grippleys do as well. And he makes a sign of the spider.
Hmm.
And it's like, you carry cursed items. You are crazy people. What are you?
We got this from the ruins that your kind were digging in. It was lizard folk that had this.
He doesn't believe. The Oracle does not direct us to insanity. That is insanity.
Ah, so they're a cult then.
I was going to say, so they aren't all
Yeah.
one.
Or at least those that are higher up are not telling the
Not
rest of
fully
them
disseminating everything.
everything.
Yeah.
That's
No,
pretty
no,
cultish.
Mhm.
What I'm getting from this, what I was getting from this is that, you know, they want to make sure that the lesser amongst them, you know, don't want to have anything to do with the artifacts that they want to have for themselves. So it's like, no, that's bad. You don't want to touch that. No. That's, you stay away from that, and then they can use it for themselves, right? Without worry about the rest of the lizard folk trying to mess with their plans or steal it or whatever, because it's bad juju. So,
Well, if it's supposed to be bad luck too, you wouldn't want to tell them that that's what you're doing if you want them to continue working for you.
exactly. I think we've got all we're going to get out of this guy, at least at
Most
the moment.
likely, I can't imagine that there might be times that we would need more information.
Mhm.
Can Phil read their script or just speak it?
I'm
Good question.
not sure. And while I'm looking that up, two things. One thing, Craig, get a hero point for that deduction.
Ooh,
Ooh,
thank you.
Stealing Jack's 0 points.
Um,
Well, that's me putting together what he's telling us, right? That
Yeah.
you've got
multi-link.
the higher ups being like, "Don't touch that. That's bad. We'll keep that to ourselves." You know.
I mean, really, who needs 0 points when you have full plate mail anyway?
And the other thing is probably time to go on break. So why
Yeah,
we
Mike needs a break so we can scream into a pillow.
why we pick it up here, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Sounds good. Full plate mail.
That's right.
And we're back with the full plate mail hour. All right. So you guys have taken a lizard folk prisoner and you bundle him up appropriately and head back aboard the Cublet.
Kublai.
Kublai.
Thank you.
Kublai.
That's right.
Oh, wait.
Remember that.
I don't. If
what
they,
it is.
the owners can call it the Cublet all they want, but we've named it the Kublai. And
The Kublai.
deal with it.
Oh, very good.
Remember our pre-stream conversation about pronouncing places right? The Kublai is one of those.
This is true.
That's right.
All righty. So I believe the plan was to get back to the Owlbear and to Tede Day, and your path was going to be into this hex next.
And the reason why we stopped
correct.
there was because we were going to, what is it called when we explore a hex?
Oh, you were
Connoiter?
going to reconnoiter this one as well?
Reconnoiter. Was that what we did?
Yes.
Is that why we ended up at the island, or was it because of a roll?
You on your move roll,
We got an encounter.
you got an
Okay.
encounter immediately.
Okay.
So if you want to spend another day here reconnoitering, you can.
I just couldn't
Or you
remember
can-
how we got here. It's been a month.
I'm
Yes.
thinking like the more we map out the area, probably the better. But
You would think so.
since
Yeah.
we're in this, since we're here, like we've scouted the islands,
I
do a quick survey of the rest of the around the island, make sure there's nobody
Yeah.
else like gonna
I've-
pop out at us or
And I do feel
Okay.
like we had that conversation the last time, was that we wanted to clear the board so that when we
That's
left again with the
possible, yeah.
Owlbear, we had clear sailing.
yeah.
Yes, that was the idea.
Clearer
That you
sailing.
Yes.
Okay, then I will. So you'll spend another day exploring to basically clear this hex, and I will give you a roll on the old hexploration table to see what happens. Let's give a roll. All right. So that is an uneventful day. That hex is now good.
Just keep yelling out in case there's anybody who wants to ambush us. Be like, we have full metal plate mail. Back off.
I believe next destination was here. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that was.
Yeah, I think we were going around that
Yes.
little islands.
Another. Right. And reconnoiter that one as well.
Might as well.
Mhm.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right. So you do complete the reconnoiter. Oops. If I can. Paste
Obviously,
that.
we're all
There
full
we go.
rested at this point as well.
Yes. So yeah, everyone's rested up.
Preparing spells as we speak.
Okay. Then I will not hit you first. Because this is going to be something a little different. This hostile encounter is going to hit you at night.
No.
Oh, dang.
So as you are settling, I'm assuming there is a watch rotation or something going on at this point, even during the nights.
Sure.
But as you
we keep Phil on night watch.
Settling into sleep, and the dreams start to take you, you feel a vivid one coming on.
Ooh.
Who would like to encounter their dream first out of the three of you? Or do you want me to do Phil's first?
Do you think this is something that is gonna go into the next session and we should wait for Jack? Or
He has already been given his. He said we were
okay.
clear to go
Cool.
ahead. So
then let's do his first.
Then the
All
rest
right.
of us can get a sense.
Yeah, well,
Of what's going on,
also,
yeah.
I just
well, here's the thing. He has said that he is pretty rattled by this and may not disclose in the morning.
Ah,
So what you're going to do for the viewing audience, I don't know if we even have anyone on stream, but I'd like the three of you to take your headphones off and I will read out his dream and then we'll put
Ooh.
headphones back on.
Okay.
Ooh.
all right. Interesting.
Slippery Phil. as he falls asleep, falls into his dream. You remember this part of the swamp where the gas bubbles were so big they float lazily up from the bog, drawing your eye to a rope hanging from one of the giant mushrooms. And you see 3 figures struggling on this rope, trying to climb up. And there's a 4th atop the mushroom, and it calls down to you. Go for it, kid! Show them what you can do! That 4th figure, that is the one, the person who inspired you to be an adventurer all those years ago, and who later broke your heart by casting you away when you encountered him again. But this time will be different. This time he'll have to accept you. So you screw up your courage, and you leap for that first gas bubble, and it pops. And the lighter-than-air gas propels you upwards towards the next bubble, and then the next, and the next, skipping up and past the struggling climbers and right to the top of the mushroom. You land with a flourish, survey the surroundings with horror. Above you, the sky is a fiery orange-red color, with the comet looming far too low in the heavens. And atop this mushroom cap, that adventurer with the floppy hat is there, mostly. His body ends at his torso, while bones picked clean lay where his pelvis and legs would have been, barely connected with sinew and cartilage. And he continues to eat his own flesh with a knife and fork. He regards you with a smile. You did great, kid. But honestly, this job really eats you up. And he lunges for you. And you awaken. And now I'll try and get the others back. Hopefully they'll read their text. Oh, Mike's back. Mike read. Craig can come back. Hooray.
I could faintly hear you out of my earphones or my headphones.
Oh,
so when you stopped talking, I was like, what happened? Oh, he's done.
Yes. All right. Oh, I think Craig is either muted or
I
just
was muted there, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Mike put his headphones on. I'm like, oh, we're doing.
All right, who wants to go next? And do you want to have a personal actually, no. We're going to do these are all personal experiences, and if you want to share afterwards, then you can. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
So who wants to go next?
I'm good.
All right. Craig.
Craig's next. All right, so Mike and Devin, headphones off again. All right. Welcome. I need to find my text again. Where'd it go? All right. So first thing I'm going to have you do is roll a will save for me.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. This is to see how lucid your dream is going to be, how much control you're going to have here.
$19.
Okay, with a 19, that is a success, but not a critical success. So you are going to be able to interact with the dream, but not control it.
Okay.
So if there's a point in the conversation that you want to speak, then just you can speak normally, but you're not going to be able to control the flow of events in here.
Gotcha.
So in this dream, the dream starts and you are in a familiar clearing. It's a place of contemplation frequently used by your father when considering those things that he finds most troubling. So it's a grove near the life spawn tree. The sky above you is orange-red with flames, and bearing down upon the great life spawn tree is this comet hanging far too low in the sky for comfort. Seated on a bench facing away from you is a figure. Without turning to look at you, he begins to speak. Again, all your efforts have been for naught, my son. And again, I must rescue our family's honor with this pragmatic and simple advice: hide, avoid, and survive. I cannot say I'm disappointed in you, Ide Gorel, for I simply expect so little of you. And yet, here we stand on the brink of ruin.
And how did hiding help us last time? How did avoiding help us last time? It did not.
We continue. We rise again. That is our way.
It is a coward's way.
And with that, his further retort is cut off by a nearby explosion. Tumbling into the glade in front of you, you see a diminutive and familiar form, Liam Holdenbrogel, pulling an alchemical concoction from his bandolier and sort of tumbles and rolls to his feet. My expectations are much higher, he smirks, and he throws the bomb at your father. As is Liam's way, it misses. But it appears it was meant to, as a cloud of smoke erupts, filling the area and shrouding your escape. He grabs your hand and pulls you off into the mist, saying, I'm starting to think we should have given that map to the relic after all. And you wake up. All right. I will summon the others to return. All right. 2 remain. Who wants to go next? Devin or Mike?
Yeah, sure. I mean, hey, let's get it over with,
All right.
I guess.
Devin it is. All right. So Craig and Mike, headphones off. Sir Salueni, as you fall into your slumber, I'd like you to give me a will save, please.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
This is
my
to see
favorite.
how much control you have during the dream, how lucid this dream is going to be.
Let's see. Okay. It's a 15.
Okay, 15 is a success, so you'll be able to interact, but you won't be able to control the dream. So if
Interesting.
there's a point in the conversation you want to jump in and say things, then you can do so. You're not completely in the thrall of this thing. So
Oops.
your dream begins where it always begins, in darkness, alone, feeling your heartbeat in your chest and hearing your breath in your ears. The atmosphere around you is close, but it's dry, familiar. Inside, echoes that cave. The cave you ventured to as a child to banish the darkness. But you're not a child now, are you? Are you a child now in this dream? Or are you adult, Salueni?
If it's the cave where he was a child, then I think he would be an adult at this point.
Okay.
In the
So
dream, anyway.
you are waiting for the light to appear to guide you from the cave as happened. But this time is different. You remain in the inky darkness. It's so dark you almost feel it seeping into your skin. And then a giggle, echoing, directionless. A girl? A woman? Hard to tell. Do you call out to them?
Yeah, I think so. I
Hmm.
Hold.
They respond, Salueni, come join me. Me.
Do I recognize the voice at all?
It is familiar. It's not your sister. Almost seductive. Can't quite, in this dream state, you can't put you know this voice, but you can't put your finger on it. And then you do see the light. But it is not the steady beam of sunlight that you expected. It's more the flicker of a flame. But at this point, you are consumed with the need to get to the light. You charge forward, desperate for any light at this point, crawling, walking, galloping like a gorilla towards this thing. You're so close, Salueni. Come see what I've become, what you could become.
Who are you? Show yourself.
And with that, you burst out of the cave into an inferno. The abbey and the surrounding forest in flames, and the comet hanging so low in an orange sky, setting the world ablaze. And standing there before you is Elendil, just as you saw her last, in her vestments, reaching hands towards you. Come to us, Selueni, she beckons, as she too bursts into flames, her skin charring and cracking as she screams in agony.
What new devilry is this?
Is it agony or is it ecstasy? She smiles, gouts of flame pouring from her mouth as she speaks. We are your destiny.
If I go to reach for my sword, do I feel it?
Ah, as you go to fumble for your sword, you spin around and you wake up, fumbling in your bed, almost tumbling out of your cot.
But I assume I probably have the blade that I sleep with, like, in my hand and kind of
Yes, you
like
are
cold sweat,
of,
breathing heavily, kind of rolling around.
exactly. And that's all right. Last one to go. All right, so this will be Comric's turn. Again,
we already know what this is going to be. It's just Comric surrounded at an armorer's. Nothing but full plate mail as far as the eye can see.
And for some reason, so much bread. It's weird. All right, Craig and Devin, headphones off, and then we will. All right. So as I had the other two do, I'll first have you make a will save for me
Okay.
to see how lucid a dream this is, how much control you're going to have within the dream.
I am an expert in will, so. Ooh, yes. Yes.
Critical success. So this is a full-on lucid dream. You can direct this dream to places that it is not going if you want to.
Okay.
Or you can let it play out as it is going to play out. This is up to you.
Okay.
So Comric, as you fall asleep and you find yourself dreaming, you will find yourself walking in an unfamiliar city with your father. And this is seemingly on one of your many temple inspections. But using that whole dream logic thing, it's also not really your dad, it's Nikolai. And he's walking with you. Tell me, Comric. As you know, our All-Father Morven avenges injustice. He will repay the offender tenfold what was done to the victim. So what if the aggrieved party is himself a god? Worse yet, a god wronged by his lessards. We mere mortals. What say you to that, boy?
Well, all of the gods, with the exception of Morven, fall under his scrutiny, so if they have wronged, then they should be removed.
So with that, your father sort of stops and turns to you, places his hands on your shoulders, smiling down at you as his skin begins to slough off. As you saw what happened to Vloriak just a few days ago, and he clutches your shoulders tightly before you can run. You desperately want to run. Would Morven not teach us, nay, demand that we punish those who dared perpetrate this heinous misdeed? He's now right in your face. And the background burns away in flames and ruin, and overhead you see the comet hanging far too low in the sky and searing the world beneath it. Hagarg demands it. And you wake up.
Wow, that was intense.
Oh, yeah.
That was intense
Hence
all of a sudden.
Warnings at the top of the episode
Okay.
were well earned.
Oh, man.
So, Devin is back in. There we go. So you all awaken in the morning, and as Jack says, it's hard to tell if Phil is waking in a flop sweater now because he's always kind of glistening. But the rest of you have had a rough night's sleep. Is there anything you're going to disclose to your fellows here?
I mean,
Oh,
did
Craig,
anyone
you're
else
again.
wake up in a cold sweat? Like, do we all kind of like look around and see that we're all awake in the middle of the night?
I think so, and it seems to have happened almost simultaneously.
So you would all see that Saluetti has like literally done a combat roll out of his bunk with the blade at the ready, and he's like looking around, just drenched in cold sweat.
I'm going to assume that you all had unpleasant dreams as well.
Yeah, upon waking, Comrade will shoot up to a sitting position, arms literally pushing him up, and he'll just be, Dad! And then look
For
around
a moment,
and
I
realize,
was worried that we had enemies smart enough to attack us while I wasn't wearing full plate mail.
Oh, this is worse than the dream.
This is real life, though, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So with Comrade sitting up and yelling, "Dad!" I kind of looks at him, and I too dreamt about my father. It was not a pleasant dream.
I had different visions, but certainly is not something I would call pleasant. It seems peculiar that all of us would have nightmares at the same instance. I can only assume that some sort of dark magic is at work here.
I think at that, Comrade will pull out one of the batteries that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
What about one of these stupid things? Is this causing it?
We haven't rested since we've had that, have we?
Yes.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's a couple of days
okay.
into your journey at this point, so
But
yeah.
this might be the second night that we've rested with two of them,
Mhm.
we just got the second one recently.
If I may, I don't think I'm prepared to share everything I saw. But in my dream, there was a comet.
Aye, mine as well.
You see Slippery Phil cocked ahead of that.
How close was the comet in your dream?
Close enough to set various things ablaze.
It was in the sky right above my home.
Likewise.
It was close enough that the city that I was in was on fire, including the person I was speaking with.
You know that these lizard folk speak of the return of Hagar, the comet. I don't believe in coincidence.
But the comet and the god, they share a name, but that is all, isn't it? The return means the return of the comet, doesn't it?
Why would we all dream nightmares with this comet seemingly returning and setting everything ablaze? Clearly there is more at work here.
Well, in my dream, there was a question of what would be done or what should be done with a god who steps out of line. And then, upon my response, suddenly the world was ablaze.
This is clearly an omen of some sort that we have been granted knowledge that we have yet to understand, but is clearly intended for us. Perhaps a decision will be needing to be made soon. And this comet is at the heart of it.
Whereabouts on board would our captive be? Would Blue Coral?
There's not a lot of space. Like this is really just it's a single mast sail launch. So he would probably just be at your feet with the rest of you.
Is he also awake with a cold sweat?
Sleeping like a baby.
Interesting. I'm gonna kick him awake. Phil, would you ask him if he's ever dreamed of a comet?
The Oracle is the one who interprets and speaks of dreams, but the Sword of Stars is known to all.
The Sword of Stars, is that what he called it?
Yes. And he sort of gestures to the sky because it is nighttime, and you can see in the sky, if you squint at it just the right way, could look like a sword, I suppose.
Have you seen this Sword of Stars in your dreams recently?
He's coming. Of course we see. We live. Our dreams come to life. He returns.
When you dream, well, sorry, this is me asking through Phil.
Yes.
We have established that, yeah.
When you dream of these comets, are they nightmares or are they pleasant dreams?
Pleasant for some, nightmares for others. Retribution. And he sort of snickers.
I really wants to stab him right now. He hesitates. You can see he's like reaching for his sword and just like I am not good at matters of the arcane, but can anyone roll like an occult or a religion or arcana or something on all of this?
Occultism would be super good right here. Okay, let's look at the party tab and see what we've got here.
I have religion.
So we've got a +1 arcana, a +1 occultism. Those will.
So we suck at those.
Yeah.
+10 religion.
Those would be your go-tos for this kind of thing, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Religion, I would allow a religion since this is seemingly part of the lizard folk religion. You might be able to pull something from the depths of that.
Who's got the 10 in religion? I'm guessing Sir Sal.
No, it's me.
Comric.
Okay.
Maybe Sal does as well. Sal is muted.
No, he does not have. He does not have religion at all.
Devin, you're muted.
He's still muted. Why is he still muted?
No, I've got diplomacy, medicine, intimidation, athletics. I have a little bit of religion, but I'm not a +10.
So Comric, why don't you give us a...
So I'll use it now. I took a skill feat at one point called Assurance, and I chose religion. So it's a 10 plus my proficiency bonus, which if I'm understanding my player sheet on Path Builder is a +6, so I'm just going to take a 16. So then I don't have to roll it.
Okay,
Oh,
Perfect.
interesting. Okay.
that's great.
Yeah.
No, that works perfectly.
That's really good. Yeah.
So, with your religious studies, this is straying into things that were outside of the normal curriculum. This is into the old gods. This is into the heretical studies that you weren't supposed to know about.
Mm.
And Haggard is among them.
Mm.
And there are tales of the old gods battling, and Haggard being one of them, banished to this world as punishment. But knowing what you know about your gods, having some elder god banished here seems like the kind of thing they would mop up pretty quickly. So there's a missing piece that you don't have. But the name Haggard definitely stands out as one of the old gods. There is a tale of him being banished to the world, but that's kind of, you don't know how that story ends.
So what is my understanding of a god being banished to the world? What does that mean? Does it become mortal like humans, or like the creatures that live on the world? What is my understanding of banishment?
It's straying into that heretical territory, so it's kind of ill-defined.
Okay.
So a creature that's thrust from the heavens would become mortal in a way, but it would still be a very powerful creature. That's kind of
Right.
your impression.
It's like a demigod or mythic sort of
Angel
creature,
less
but
its wings
yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. So cast down, but still
Mhm.
extremely powerful.
Exactly.
As this is recollected in my brain, I will relay that information to the team, to the party.
Awesome.
I will tell Slippery Phil not to relay that information to Blue Coral.
Oh, yes.
He probably already has some knowledge, but he doesn't need to hear what we know.
Yes. The only other comment from Slippery Phil is that I think I may become a vegetarian after this.
Hmm.
His dream was somewhat unpleasant for him.
Seems so, yeah.
Greener than usual.
Perhaps
that's
we
even
should.
possible.
Perhaps we should be on watch for these dreams if they occur again. I'm not suggesting that we divulge everything that we each saw. What is personal, but any sign of comets of common things that come up, we should take note of, and perhaps when we return to day, we can see if there's more knowledge to be found about all of this.
All right.
I don't think I'm going to sleep anymore tonight.
Maybe not.
Personally.
I think in that we might agree.
All right. So you push on for another hex. And we'll give another roll. As you move into the next area, hostile encounter. That's just crazy talk. All right, let's see what I got on the hostile table. Because this might be a
Some skeeters. Very hostile. Big ones.
This time I'll make this a private GM. See if this works.
It's level 5. Okay.
Dragons, what?
Okay.
In dungeons, what?
Wrong game.
Wearing full plate mail, what?
Hey, we got him.
There we go. See, he's just got to move yourself into this thing. Actually, I'll start by having you guys roll a perception check.
Okay.
Perception.
That's 17 for Ide.
Okay. Ooh,
27 for Phil.
that's gonna be hard to beat.
He sees
18
much.
for Comrec.
22.
22 and 27, both of you and Slippery Phil notice your prisoner has perked up over the course of this day and is paying attention to the islands that are passing on the port side, on the left of the ship.
I think Phil would speak to him then, and Rook seemed like, "What is it? What do you see? You better speak."
My people have been here. My people are here.
I'm assuming Phil would
Yes.
relay that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd hearing that is going to pull out his scimitar
Mhm.
and kind of prop Blue Coral up,
Yep.
and just very casually just rest the scimitar on his shoulder, not like quite right up at the neck, but just
Sure. Yeah.
in full view of everything around. Just
He sees it's there and sees your intent. Is like he's shying away from it as best he can, but it's kind of there. It's like, how can I help?
Phil, tell our friend here that if his friends attack, he's the first to die.
They are just hunters. They're out. I'm sure they mean you no harm. Just leave them be. And he sort of gestures to a hilltop, and you can see there is an encampment up there, and you see there's 2 hunters up there with their blowguns ready.
I'll kind of give in that direction just a little wave of the scimitar and then put it right back. Standing behind Coral.
Yeah, little human shield or lizard shield going on here.
And just very pointedly now keeping my eyes towards that hillside and just...
I mean, it's not full plate armor, but...
it's full scale armor. So pretty good.
It will, why don't you roll me an intimidation check? And you can give yourself a +2 circumstance bonus on that.
That's a 23.
Wow.
The blowguns are lowered and they disappear into the bushes.
Well done.
Excellent.
Well done.
All right. That was your move action. You have now cleared that encounter. But do you want to still reconnoiter this hex? Spend another day here?
It's one of the main hexes that gets us away from Day, so probably.
And the fact that there are locals nearby, I think it's best that we understand.
Sure.
How many? What are we looking at here?
Absolutely.
Can we
Right.
come back and clear him out, or it's okay to
Holy
leave him alone? Kind of all that stuff.
This makes sense. This actually makes sense. All right. So first of all, I will give you the explored hex, and then I will roll on the encounters. Oh, sorry. Oh, that was still private. Huh. Well, the good news is, oops, this one. Here we go. Roll. Finally landed a. Yeah, this totally makes sense. So, as you are exploring, you also encounter a Gripply hunting party. So this time it's the good guys.
Oh, good guys.
They flag you down as they see you, sailing by, and they're on the shore. They sort of wave you down if you want to go have a chat.
I don't see why not.
We could tell them where that camp is that we saw.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Ooh, very nice. That is some good bridge building there. That is great. All right. Yes, messieurs, you come from the large vessel that protects TDD currently, yes?
So would Phil would be our point person here, but we all know them well enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Encounters, so.
You must return with all haste back to TDD. There has been, a thing has happened back there that you need to go back and see right away.
A thing.
The lizard, they come, they attack. There's much bloodshed. We are here tracking down some of their escapee, but there was a big attack back at home, and if you like your ship, you should go back.
Oh.
At that,
Not good news.
what does Blue Coral do?
How
How does he respond to this news, or what is he just kind of like?
Well, he doesn't understand the Gripply language. So
Okay.
if you want to tell him what has happened,
I think we'll ask Phil. Like, Phil, what do you see what our friend Blue Coral here thinks about that?
Probably super happy with that.
yeah. So Bill tells Blue Coral that there has been a lizardfolk attack on the Gripply capital. And it's like, it was bound to happen. We come, we take, we conquer, we eat. You pray. He seems unsurprised, but doesn't seem to have any information about this attack.
Ide is going to very pointedly look at Sir Sal with a unspoken question in his eyes.
Am I intelligent enough to pick that up?
I think you know Ide well enough at this point to know what Ide would like to do in the moment. Ide has also recognized that his morals and those of others in the party don't necessarily fully line up, and
Don't align all the time.
he's respecting it enough to this point. Instead of previously, he would have just gone for it without questioning. But
I think
he's just looking at Sal and like,
I think Sal is gonna, like, he's not exactly going to just be like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. He's gonna more so, I think, just kind of look at you with kind of an expression of, with respect, like a respect. It's not that he's like not judging you or looking down on you. It's more of just a respectful, please bear with us, or please bear with this kind of.
So it's a don't do what you want to do, stay your hand one more day kind of thing.
Yeah. but not in a like, tisk tisk or you know, vengeful. It's more of a like, I understand, but
I'll
there's another way.
I'll follow that up then with like nodding. And the reason he's keeping this quiet because he just, doesn't want this to be open to everyone. Looks at the Gripply hunters, kind of nods towards them, raises his eyebrows. Insinuating, hoping that you catch him like, should we hand him over?
And they kind of, now that they've had a chance to sort of scope out the Kublai.
Well, the thing is,
that's what I'm wondering, like, because I've
they-
got him with me, so
the thing is he's already proven himself useful.
it's true.
Like, he got rid of that attack where he dissuaded an attack on us, which that was quite nice. But we can't hold on to him forever. Eventually, we're gonna either have to take him with us, or we're gonna have to, like, if we bring him back to the main ship, the SS Owlbear, that's a different story, because then we can throw in a brig or whatever, and then it is. But like, at some point, a decision is gonna have to be made. If we give him to the Gripply people, I feel like that's just an execution.
Hey, I see you got some dead weight, some extra cargo in your ship. If you need to offload, just let us know.
What I would say, if I were able to, is perhaps it would be good to continue to bring our captive with us, but to be aware that perhaps we could keep one or two Gripply with us, and this individual could prove a potential position of interest for either the lizard folk or the Gripply, depending on what may happen in the future.
To mean to see if one or two of this party would be willing to come back with us. Is there room? I don't think there's room.
Fair enough. I mean, if my main thought is we might be able to use the lizard folk as a bargaining chip with the other tribes.
For sure, yeah.
Especially if they've become united. Now, I don't know how much they respect the life of one of their own, because lizard brain and all that. But
the hunters didn't fire.
That's the thing. So that, like, if that hadn't happened, I would have probably been okay with letting him go with the Gripply. But as it stands, I'm kind of thinking that we might be able to broker some kind of at least something with some of these other tribes, as long as we have one lizard folk. And maybe if we can get this lizard folk convinced that things aren't what they seem, we might be able to sow our own dissension among the lizard folk and make our job significantly easier. I can't imagine it would be too difficult. It'd probably be time consuming and annoying, but we might be able to get this guy to like realize like what's actually happening. Because you can only believe that everything's an elaborate lying ruse for so long.
I will lean towards the Gripply. We are taking him back to Tedede for more questions. He has proved helpful in our fight against them. Trust me, we have no love for him or his kind, but he is serving a purpose.
A little enhanced interrogation, maybe, that we are okay with that, brother.
I don't acknowledge that because we haven't needed it yet, but I kind of just give like a bit of a wink, like.
Yeah, maybe Celine can see into his head and really see what he's thinking about. Celine, you would know, is the seer of the village.
That is a good suggestion. We will do exactly that. Thank you.
All right, we have more lizard to kill, so adieu, mes amis.
Right up on that hill.
They will never see us come in, and they disappear into the bushes. All right.
I'll give a nod again to Sir Sal and just follow in your lead for now.
One more day's travel, and you return. And whoops. Let's get on the right. There we go. So this hex is adjacent to Tete. The ship is here because that's the navigable one.
Uh-huh.
You are back. You arrive back to a scene. You can see that the ship, the sails are rent. There are scorch marks on the sails and the hull of the ship. Half the town is still smoldering. You can see there are piles of bodies, lizard folk bodies, piled up on the shoreline. And you come in and you see Captain Kent and the crew are aboard the Owlbear, already working on repairs. They're stitching up sails and patching the holes and things like this. And they sort of note your entrance, and the captain sort of assigns his mate to go oversee things, and he's coming down to meet you on the beach. And you land on the beach. He greets you. I guess you've already heard that there's been a bit of a thing here, eh?
We had certainly heard there was an invasion.
So the lizard folk, they came in, and it's the craziest thing. They came in, they swarm the town. We go in to help the town. We fend them off. They light half the place on fire, put out the fires, kill all the lizards. We get back to the boat. Don't know how to tell you this. Nikolai's gone.
That is not good.
At that, Comrec will actually take a step back and take a knee. Sorry, gone? Like dead? Gone?
No, they done took him. They went off into the woods with him.
Is there a trail?
I was hoping you'd ask. Absolutely there is, brother. And that is a good place to put a pin in this for next time.
I think so.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Some heavy stuff going on tonight.
Why would they take Nikolai?
The plot thickens. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this little romp through Dreamland and skewering lizard folk and all sorts of good times. We'll see you in a few weeks to pick up on this one. Next week, we should be back to Sea of Souls 5e campaign, which we've also not touched in a month plus. So a little bit back there.
Oh, wow.
In the meantime, everyone, happy gaming, happy autism awareness, and happy everything else. And we'll see you next week.